party. And what seemed like harmless rebellion.
She would never have let us worry. Never.
Turns into something unimaginably dark.
I was like, something's wrong. Something is very wrong there.
Farmville, Virginia, a rural town 65 miles from the state capital, Richmond.
Farmville's a really small town. It has a bowling alley and movies, and that's about it. Pretty much everyone knows who you are and what you do, where you come from, and what you act like.
And in 2008, Farmville is home to 16-year-old Emma Niederbrock.
I met Emma when she was 15. We met at the 5-county fair in Farmville. We clicked right away. We were doing stuff together every day or every other day. Kind of inseparable.
Emma's mother, Deborah, is a professor of criminology at the local university. Her father, Mark, is a pastor. When Emma, who's an only child, was 14, her parents separated. Their split marked Emma deeply. Like many teenagers, she's going through a difficult phase. Increasingly withdrawn and unhappy at high school, her parents decide to pull her out and homeschool her instead.
When she started homeschooling, it had a really big impact on how she looked at things and how she did things. She became really rebellious.
She definitely went from a girl who wore, t-shirts and stuff to more gothic, emo, grunge type of look, darker clothes, a lot of makeup. She dyed her hair a lot.
And to go with her new look and attitude, Emma embraces a new kind of music. Horrorcore. Horrorcore is a kind of hardcore hip-hop based on horror themes that often glorifies death and sexual violence.
I'm the nightmare next door, don't you dare take a peek.
I don't think that many people know what horrorcore music is around here. But I definitely think that, Emma listening to that stuff was probably also a result of isolation. I definitely think that some of the hurt that goes into that music and, how those people are hurting, is something that she looked into and was like, oh, I feel the same way. It's almost as if I'm going through the same things as them.
Hey guys, so I promised you a video, so here we go. This is my room.
Emma discovered horrorcore through a thriving online community that links bands with their fans.
My dad, he's alright. He's a pastor, but, he's fine.
Known online as Ragdoll, Emma meets leading horrorcore rappers Sick and Razakel.
Another picture of you.
Oh, wow, look at that.
She's showing us her room and all our pictures that she hung up.
Oh, see this one? I love this one.
Based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Sick and Razakel run the SKR music label, Serial Killin' Records.
Oh, I also decorated my laptop, so that's that.
She's like telling us how much she loves us and she's down for life.
Music is awesome, and, I've told you that before, but I just wanted you to know again in a video.
It's like, I'm different, I stick out like a sore thumb in my town. I wish I had someone to, share things with.
Cool, I'm rambling, so I will probably shut up, but, bye, Raz.
She's so cute.
Sensing how isolated Emma feels, Raz decides to introduce her to another fan she knows, who lives 200 miles away in West Virginia. Melanie Wells is an 18-year-old girl who's also gotten into the violent lyrics of horrorcore.
I wouldn't classify her as a sister. I would classify her as a best friend, you know, like if something was bothering her, she would come to me and talk to me about it, or if something was bothering me, I would go to her and talk to her about it, you know, like I could pretty much trust her with anything.
Melanie was on my fan page, and she introduced herself, very polite. I love what you talk about. I love your music. I was like, you should really hook up. Like, you guys have a lot in common. You guys would get along. I told them that because they were pretty much the same.
Melanie and Emma quickly strike up an online friendship.
They became inseparable, even though they lived, states apart. They were always talking to each other on webcam. They're always, they were keeping in contact.
Some 4 months after meeting online, the two finally meet in person at a horrorcore concert in Chicago, and their friendship is sealed.
Man, it looks like they've been best friends forever.
As Emma gets even more obsessed with horrorcore, Raz decides to share one of Emma's fan videos with the wider group of horrorcore devotees.
Super fan, yes indeed.
You guys just I don't know, you get me, which is weird and cool.
Seen by hundreds of the music's followers, the video seals her place as a devoted horrorcore fan.
Guys, I love you so much. You've been amazing. Your music is off the charts. Amazing.
For Emma, it is the first step in what will prove a devastating journey.
Emma was a popular girl online. She talked to a lot of guys.
One fan in particular is impressed with Emma's video. Aspiring California rapper Richard Sam McCroskey goes by the online name Psycho Sam.
You could tell he was one of these kids that didn't get out. He didn't get out in the world at all. His life revolves around being online. Period.
She's a young girl online, just flirting, having fun. So when her and Sam hooked up, it wasn't really, surprising to me.
They got really close really fast. I think it took less than a month. They were calling each other baby and saying, I love you.
Online, she confessed her love. He was the same way, they loved each other.
Sick and Raz announced there will be a horrorcore festival in Detroit in a few weeks. That's halfway across the country. But to committed fans like Emma and Mel, it's a can't-miss event.
Melanie was excited. I've always told my kids, I want you to go outside of the state that you live. Go outside of the house that you live in. Be exposed to, other people.
Emma thinks her parents will let her go too. But the question is, will they let her bring her online boyfriend Sam, who she's yet to meet in person? She approaches her father, Pastor Niederbrock, very carefully.
Well, but have you discussed this with your mother?
So, Mom, remember that concert I told you about?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Have you given it any thought?
Deborah knows how strongly Emma feels about bringing Sam to the concert. But with her ex-husband still very involved in raising Emma, she invites him over to discuss it.
Emma's parents did not agree with the type of music she listened to, but there were very rare things that made her happy after they separated. So they just figured whatever they could do or get her interested in that would make her happy, they wanted her to do it. So, the verdict.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still, there is one condition. Emma's parents will accompany her on the trip.
There are rules. Okay, that's fine. There's rules. Okay, I'm going to go text them then. Thank you so much.
I wish I had parents like that. You know, I wish I had parents that were supportive, and I mean, their parents knew this music wasn't cotton candy and popsicles, you know.
At least somebody's thrilled.
I think it was a good gesture of being involved with their kids and knowing what their kids were doing.
Thank you so much.
After Mel arrives from West Virginia, Emma and her parents head to the airport to pick up Sam from his California flight. The three teenagers will then drive up to Detroit with Emma's parents, and after the concert, Sam will stay at Emma's for another week. Finally, after 7 months and hundreds of emails and texts, Emma's about to meet in person her online boyfriend Sam for the very first time. Brought to you in part by